So I'm beginning to pitch. Remember, I've been put in this pitching. I'm beginning to pitch first. I'm pitching about the Kenyan GDP. So he wants to see that, one, there's a natural population. Two, the expatriates. The people who need the international schools. The locals need the international schools. The affordability range. So we are comparing their offering in Dubai versus their offering in Kenya and saying there is an opportunity. So they don't know. But now we tell them Chris was in our office and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
This is what we are doing. And we see education is one of the things. There are a couple of other things that we could do. We tried to do the energy project together, but then education became the lowest hanging fruit. So they said, we're actually in talks with a couple of school operators, international. We were just about to sign, but we listened to you guys. And me and Mark are like, okay, now we need to convince the operator to go to Kenya.
Wow.
Meeting Pius and Dr. CK for me was a change.
Keep going. I don't even want to talk. I just want to hear you.
So fast forward, we do a lot of back and forth getting to know each other. It's like dating in business. Because you're forming a joint venture, you first find out what do they want to do, how much money do they want to invest, have they done any research, who's doing what. So they were still at, they just had the concept, but they hadn't done a lot of research around where the school should be. So very quickly, our company, InvestBridge, now starts pitching Kenya as a place that SABIS should open a school.
Wow. And you are the one who's now heading this project.
Yes.
And for you, okay, what does this feel like, seeing a silver lining? There's an opportunity for me to bring about opportunities back home in Kenya. And it's within the education sector.
You have no idea, Richie.
And it's with these credible people. Yes. I mean, Dr. CK has a name globally. It doesn't matter where he goes.
Yes. Richie, you have no idea. It was, we moved from gray to white, as light as that. Like God can turn your story around like this with one divine appointment that he orchestrated. Remember, I wasn't able to get Pius's number.
Yes.
But I bumped into him. That was God.
And you bump into him with somebody who is introducing you, who already
knows. So even after we met, I met them with the ambassador. CK, now when they were going to the airport, he told Pius, by the way, what happened to the ambassador? Mercy became the ambassador. This girl has really confused us because now I showed them Dubai like they'd never seen.
What?
Yes, brought investors. Now we're talking with our company. I took them, remember the grooming company?
Yes. You took them?
Took CK. He experienced luxury. He said, hey, Pius, hire this girl. Immediately on the way to the airport, bring this girl home. It was such, so there's no wasted opportunity.
And now you begin this code. First and foremost, it's so amazing for the ambassador to know that he's a connector and his job is done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to hang around, chill.
No.
He's done his job.
He's done his job.
He's
done his job.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So now you guys begin pitching. So you are going to invest. So now okay, let's go on with this story.
So we are beginning to develop a business case for Kenya.
And everyone in the company is excited.
People are.
Okay,
people
how's your boss?
My boss is excited.
That's what matters.
My boss is excited because now he's seeing, okay, there's Acolyte. This girl has been bringing so many opportunities and I skipped through many others. Yeah. So I will see tenders. I'm like, let's apply for this one. He's just like, Mercy, go for it. He never stopped me. And I really like that because also that was my upbringing. My mom never stopped me from exploring. There was free range and room to do things. But when you find a place where you're being stopped, you can't do this, you need an approval. I'm like, okay, there's that, yeah? But when a person can blossom, oh, there is so much you can do. So here is my boss seeing that seed.
And he probably, some of the ones he would let you apply, he would know they wouldn't work.
Yes.
But he didn't bother.
No, he didn't.
So this one he can see,
This one he can actually see. And immediately, the president of SABIS comes to our office, I think the next month. So I'd done some research. I started doing some research around schools in Kenya, the fee ranges, the number of students, just online, yeah? So he comes and my boss brings him to my desk and says, this is Mercy, the one I was talking about. She's from Kenya. Kenya? Mind-blowing. So Mercy, can you show him the thing you were showing me? So he leaves me there with the president of SABIS, Mr. Kalbistani. And I'm like, okay, there's an opportunity in Kenya, blah, 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 blah. He says, sure.
What does a person like that want to see? By the way, you have to come for a class and session, for real. Because what I'm asking is, as a person, this is expansion. What does he want to see? What are those things that he needs to see for him to be like, this is an opportunity?
One, he needs to see that his business model will work there. So what is the demand like? Are there schools in the first place? There are two things. You've heard the story of the two people who were sent to a village to sell shoes. You've heard it, yeah?
They just say it. Okay,
so there are two, it's a story, I don't know whether it's real, but two people were sent to a village to sell shoes. And in this village, nobody had shoes. So they came back. One said, hey, there's no business opportunity for us there because nobody wears shoes. The second one said, give me a truck of shoes because nobody has shoes there. I want to go and sell shoes. So it is what you see. You see this glass half full or half empty. And that's the approach. So and also the training I've had, and I'm really grateful because all these things, it's not one day, it's not one person, it's God orchestrating all this for His good and for His glory. So I'm beginning to pitch. Remember, I've been put in this pitching. I'm beginning to pitch first. I'm pitching about the Kenyan GDP. So he wants to see that, one, there's a natural population. Two, the expatriates. The people who need the international schools. The locals need the international schools. Their affordability range. So we are comparing their offering in Dubai versus their offering in Kenya and saying there is an opportunity. Three, we don't need to go through it solo. We have a local partner who will help us. And this local partner is a massive investment company that is publicly listed. And this is what they've done. They've not just been investing for the last 3 years. It's a company that was formed in 1967. So he's like, I'm interested.
Wow.
Like by the time he leaves my desk, I have a job. That was it. Now I've introduced Centum. I already have a job, right? I have relevance.
Yes.
The president has said, now convincing Centum will be easy.
Because now you have to convince Centum, take our curriculum.
Yes.
Take our model.
Us. You've been talking to other people. And now I'm hearing they're about to close with this other.
So Centum are not desperate. Centum, you are not even on their radar.
No. They didn't even know we exist. Nada. We didn't even exist.
It is Mercy.
It's Mercy.
Dr. CK and one pass Bushiri.
Yeah. So very quickly, I call Pius. I'm like, where? We need you guys to come and pitch. We have a date to go to Lebanon to pitch to the president of SABIS. My friend, when I say the president of SABIS, SABIS has 70 schools.
Across the world?
Across the world. This company started in 1886. They are big.
Did they have any in Africa at that time?
They had 2 in Egypt.
Okay.
But then you see that's MENA, Middle East and North Africa. Nothing in Sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay.
So this was also a really big thing. Yeah, bringing them to Sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay, let's take 2 minutes. We're coming back and continuing. This one we're taking in Mosmos. Let these guys change some cards.
Cool.